Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of How Do I? And this time the question is, how do I get out of the negative vibe in my head? We've all been there, we've all experienced it's part of the human experience. And so we're going to hit that today. And so first, before we begin, I do want you to make sure that you click subscribe, click like, and also put some comments in the YouTube video comment section if you're watching this. And if you are watching this video on something other than YouTube, please go over to my YouTube channel, Leadership Wisdom with Fitz, so that you can be kept abreast of every time I release one of these, which is typically one every few days. All right. Also, my sixth book, I'm super excited about it. It's coming out in my Heartbeat series. It's called Leadership Wisdom, Designing Intuitive Leadership. It's a hot topic. I'm speaking on it, training on it, classes on it. Check all the details below in the description box of the YouTube channel, and you'll learn more about it. And it'll be available probably in April at every bookstore that you go into or online. All right. So how do I get out of the negative vibe in my head, that thinking apparatus that sits on your shoulders? Well, I'm going to suggest that you're going to begin to navigate it with, oops, sorry about that. Navigate it with the innate intuitive intelligence. Now, I want you to understand that we're feeling this because we're in a VUCA and BANI environment and we're facing constant change and uncertainty. You know, VUCA is volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. BANI is brittle, anxious, nonlinear, and incomprehensible. And so I want you to begin to welcome the opportunity for our environment to actually challenge us. Yeah, welcome it. And then use the unwanted situations to propel us towards what we truly want, starting at the energetic level. All right, so let's keep going here. Let's talk about BANI and VUCA. Volatile environments, whoops, sorry about that. I keep moving this around. Volatile environments throw off our energy. We get these unprecedented shifts. We begin to feel and even create instability when we get our energy is off kilter. And it often breeds the uncertainty and the negativity that we begin to feel and then just really absorb into our thoughts and into the stories that we have in our heads. So we need some tools to stay on track. And inner guidance really becomes essential because there's no way that you're going to change all that is shifting out there in the VUCA and BANI environment. And if you want to learn a bit more about VUCA and BANI, just click another video down below. I did one just on that topic itself. The other thing is fear often becomes the default response when we are moving through situations that create this negativity. And it really has to do with the unknown. It has a lot to do even with what we went through during the pandemic. Sometimes people will say we even have like a little bit of a PSTD going on due to the emotions and that uncertainty that we faced. And so it's imprinted in our sympathetic nervous system, and we're just kind of pulling it up. And our first response is fear. Now, I want to challenge you. I want you to, whoops, me and my mouse. Me and my mouse, me and my mouse, me and my mouse. Here we go. Keep moving my little head around here. I want to challenge you to embrace the role of contrast. Let the situation challenge you. Now, think about this. Darkness prompts us to want light. No one wants to be in a whole dark room forever and ever and ever. We're looking for the flashlight. We're looking for the window. We're looking for the doorway, the little crack of light anywhere. Fear prompts us to love. We all look for the opposite of what fear is. At a subconscious level, we may not consciously know how to get there, but we do look for it. Illness prompts us to want health, to desire to change the way that we take care of our body or address something in our body that is creating illness. Coldness prompts us to want warmth. Being really hot prompts you, like me, to get really cool. So I want you to consider using the situations to propel you towards what it is you truly want. And it starts at an energetic level. And this is something that Einstein taught for years. He said, any problem that you're going to begin to work on, you can't solve it at the negative energy level that it began. You've got to bring it up to a neutral frequency of energy. So now think about that as we go through the rest of this lesson. I want to introduce you to your innate intuitive intelligence. Many of you, if you've watched some of my other videos or have taken some of my classes or read my books, in the Heartbeat series, you will know that I talk a lot about the innate intuitive intelligence, and it is not instinct. Instinct is when the baby is screaming bloody murder because it's hungry. Instinct is when we run because something has chased us. Instinct's a survival mode. It's also not a brain patterned intuition, which we have. We have an intuitive side that our brain begins to make patterns and we can like just know it. It's a little bit different than that. And it's also not the sixth sense where you begin to sense that there's something going on. The innate intuitive intelligence is different. It's an intelligence that makes you breathe. It's what makes the sun go up and the sun go down. It's what makes the grass grow. It's making your blood pump. It is an intelligence of life. It's an intelligence that never steers us towards negative. It's always steering us towards our highest and best service and use of this physical, what I call the processing system, your physical human body. It is something that I think of it like the program that is running the processor of my body. And you can communicate with it and it'll guide you. And there are some names for it. Universe, prana, God, Holy Spirit, wisdom, divine, higher self. Those are all words that we use. Now, I want you to acknowledge that when you face this negative challenge, that's the first step. So acknowledge it. Thank it, use it, see the opposite of it. Then I want you to gain awareness of it in a non-judgmental manner. So be the observer of it. It's like you're watching the situation. I write about this in my book, How to Stay Out of Life's Muck. You watch the situation as if you're an observer of it, and you're sitting on the balcony noticing everything, and you're the journalist making all the notes. And then you shift your energy with the insights from the innate, from what that intelligence gives you when you ask it. You ask questions, it'll give you answers. I guarantee this because I actually work with people all over the world and I teach them in the course of 90 days how to get those answers very specifically and note them, track them. They become a key indicator even in their leadership. You then hear the response of what the innate is giving you in regards to the answer. So you got to listen, you make a note, and then you do track it and you move forward with it. Now, the innate intuitive intelligence helps you way beyond the instinct and the brain patterns. So it's something that gives you the bigger perspective. Everybody's got a different name for it, obviously. I call mine wisdom. And so when I think of it, and you think of God and the wisdom, and I always go, wow, you've got eyes that I cannot see down in this physical world. You've got a perception, a perspective, clarity that I cannot see, way beyond what my brain can pull together. And my brain, it's pulling in a ton of information all the time and it's recording it. It's also way beyond instinct. So this innate intuition is an intelligence that is far beyond what you could ever do in your processor of a system. It also controls my body intelligence, right? The automatic pumping of my heart, my blood, all of that. So it's super smart. It's working my processor while it's pulling in the information to get my processor to work in its highest and best fashion. And it gives me cues. That might be, oh, I've got a headache. It might be my skin getting goosebumps or the hair standing up on my skin. There's emotional signals. So when I'm fearful, the hair does stand up, right? It's working with the body. It's working with my emotions and my feelings. And it's a communication channel. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is that you're communicating with it all the time. Trust me, because you're talking to something when you're in the shower. And I'd like to know, what are you talking about? And who are you talking to? Is it your higher self? We'll see. All right, let's keep going. So when you are responding to negativity, again, thank the negativity. However it shows up, just thank it. Blessings, whatever it is. I can remember kind of learning this way back many years ago when someone said, bless the negativity of someone that's in your life. And when they're coming at you and it's, creating some stress and disharmony in my moment, in my energy field, I'm like, bless. Like, yeah, even if you don't even know the person, just, put your hand up and just give them a little blessing, give them a little blessing of energy. Acknowledge the presence of it, however it's showing up. Then move into stillness. And stillness only takes a couple seconds. It's just be still, just breathe, just breathe, just get still. And then create the space and with intention, create a space where you ask for clarity and you ask your intuition, what is this situation about? Why did I just sit next to somebody in the plane that is very irate and I had to be right next to him? What is this about? and then seek understanding in it. And I guarantee that if you begin to tune in, when I teach and mentor, I call it like plugging into the innate, or else you can plug into the other outlet on the wall, and that's negativity. When you plug into the innate, it never brings to you fear, it never brings anxiety, scarcity, it brings you clarity. And that's how you can tell whether you're plugged into that. But you have to settle and get still and take the thoughts in your mind and make a disciplined effort to just say, hold on right now. I'm in my observer mode. I'm watching what's going on, and I'm asking a question about the situation. And then you seek understanding and you begin to find the meaning of the experience. All right, so I want you to understand that feelings, whoops, 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 whoops. Sorry about this. Me and my little mouse. Okay, I want you to understand that God, I'm still in the wrong one here. All right, here we go. Feelings as guideposts. Okay, so I want you to understand that feelings are not necessarily factual, but they are data and they are true to you and how you're experiencing something. The difference is that the way we feel isn't always the way it has to be. You can choose the feelings. Feelings, though, are great because they prompt us to awareness of a situation. Feelings like shine the light. It's like they're guideposts on this path. They're not factual, yet very, very real to the energetic system, which is why you can have a feeling and a thought of tasting some chocolate yummy cake and begin to actually drool. You can have certain feelings that something is really hot and your hands might begin to feel hot. Feelings, though, when married with a conscious choice, can be very powerful because they do become the guideposts that you can look to. And you can decide, how is it that I want to feel as I'm sitting next to somebody in the plane who's very irate? Feelings can be the teacher of the contrast. I don't feel like I like this. Okay, what do you want to experience? So they are very, very powerful if you use them as the guideposts to lighten up where it is you're going to go. Now, I want you to build your intuitive muscle and begin to apply this. And this is going to help you get those negative thoughts out of your head because you'll be able to choose. Why? Because you've got awareness. You're starting to recognize the contrast in your life. You're starting to recognize what it is that you do want and what you don't want. You're beginning to build your intuitive connection in your muscle and get wisdom, what I call the wisdom nuggets, the hits, the downloads, and you're tapping into that. And when you begin to tap into that intuitive connection of your innate, which has your highest and best use, it's always working. I guarantee I can prove to you, unless you're adamant about, no, it's not going to work, I can prove to you that you will get information from it, you can track it, you can use it, and apply it in your life and in your leadership. When you begin to get that connection, then you get the discernment. And the discernment is how to know that you're going in the right direction. And so that's another video that's coming up in the near future, coming soon. I want you to definitely check into it. And I'll see you on the other side. Please be sure to check out my other videos on my YouTube channel, which is called Leadership Wisdom with Fitz. Now, if you're ready to elevate your leadership within your organization, spark some meaningful conversations, perhaps with your team or emerging leaders, I've got a resource for you. Click the link below to access exclusive words to ponder. This is a discussion guide that I kind of put together with some carefully crafted questions to complement this video. It's going to, really help just bring your leaders together, align their thoughts, and begin to set some of this leadership concepts and wisdom that you want them to follow. I coach and mentor CEOs and leaders all over the country, and I know that they really appreciate these mini wisdom lessons that can spark the leader within. So continually engage in leadership learning. Keep coming back for more wisdom. Simply subscribe and you can follow my footsteps. And also, please go over to my free online community at www.theleadingheart.com, where heart-based intuitive leaders come together to advance their awareness using their inner wisdom. Also, check out my Heartbeat series books, which are online anywhere that you can buy a book. I'm really excited for you to unlock your leadership wisdom. See you soon.